Crawling exercises can be beneficial for shoulder recovery as they engage the muscles surrounding the shoulder joint. These exercises help improve stability, mobility and strength. And by incorporating different crawling movements, we can build overall shoulder function for rehabilitation and preventing shoulder injuries in a low resistant way. We can step by step give more and more pressure to the shoulder. This is what we're going to do now with different kind of crawling movements for shoulder health and mobility and strength. The low resistant crawling exercises where step by step we give more pressure to the shoulder, more resistant with different kind of crawling. It starts with a very simple test where we can already see how much pressure we can take. So at the beginning is very simple, palms on the mat, and I just put some weight gently to the arm and just rocking forward, backward. How many times is really doesn't matter, 10, 20, 30. And circle, we can do a lot. It's a very, very low resistant, very, very light pressure on the shoulder, and is already giving us some feedback about the shoulder. Next is crawling, 6 point on the mat, ball of the foot, knees, palms. What I don't want to keep the foot this, so even we don't want to stand up like this, ball of the foot on the floor, and it's giving normal leverage to lift the hips up and stand up even. So 6 point on the mat, opposite hands, legs. Just forward and back. And also we can do straight away a little mix so far. Circle. Rocking forward, backward. And crawling forward and backward. This crawling exercise is not only for rehab, for recovery great, but also very good for a healthy, strong shoulders as a warm-up and or strengthening exercise if you're doing longer or we're doing some different kind of variations. The next one is also challenging the balance. So I have a 6 point down and I lift one of the leg and the other hand and stop here. Now I actively push the other palm to the mat. So I'm not just resting this hand on the floor. I push the floor down, I lift the leg, and I push my knee to the ground, and I lift the other. So I'm not just resting on the floor. Actively, I push with my other hand and the knee and the foot behind me, the floor down. Like I want to make a hole under my palm on the mat. Builds very well stability. And the next one step forward. Now we have knees off the mat and all the same. Rocking forward, backward. Now we can put more pressure to the shoulder and circles. And crawling forward. Knees close to the mat. So you're not bear crawl, not too high. Knees close, down, and again, forward, backward. can put again the other drill. And side movement. Come out to my ball of my foot, and now I'm gonna put all my body weight on my hand when I move sideways. With the not healthy shoulders, it can be painful, so that's why we keep focus step by step. Give the pressure from the more simple body weight movement towards the more difficult. And the next one, knees off the mat. I sit back and I go forward, not full push-up, knees slightly bent. I just put weight to my hands and to my shoulder more. So we are going from the more simple, low resistant crawling type from the more difficult one. The next one is already more difficult, definitely, and it's a good sign if you can do without pain in the shoulder. So palms on the mat, knees up. I just sit back to the heel and I'm going forward and I put weight to my hand. So not normal push-up, knees slightly bent. I just push myself back and again backward. If you can do 10 reps minimum, 3 sets without any pain, we are ready to use even some weight. And the next variation of the same, and now is a really good way already to give a better range of movement to the shoulder. We have the same, coming forward. I have a same kind of push-up. I push myself back to my feet, hand goes behind me. So it already means I have a full range of movement. So from here, from in front of me, my arms already behind me, just by holding my body weight, and I lift my hips up and just touch the shoulder each side. Hand comes on there again. And if you can do minimum 2 sets of 10 without any uncomfortable pain, definitely we are ready to use some weight. Itself, this drill is a very good conditioning and challenging exercise, even with a healthy, strong shoulders. If you can do a nice mix of everything, for example, just step by step again, build up, rocking forward, backward, circle, each direction. How many reps? It's just how we feel. 2, 3, 4, 10. And just crawling. The beginning movements more for the warm up. And if knees off the mat, I have more weight on my shoulders. Circle. Even straight away, can mix it. Very good variations we have, even with the strong, healthy shoulders. Very beneficial.